All right, if you are getting ready to fly into Mexico City and you're not a pro at doing it, there are a few tips you really need to know about. The first, there are two international airports in Mexico City. Make sure you're flying into the one you think you are. Benito Juarez is MEX, Felipe Angeles is NLU. Make sure you're flying into the correct airport. Second is if you're flying to Benito Juarez, there are two different terminals, 1 and 2. You cannot walk between these terminals. You've got to leave the airport and get a bus to go to the other terminal. Make sure the people that are meeting you know what terminal you're in. If you have a ride booked and your friends are picking you up from the airport, make sure they know which airport you're at and which terminal you're at. If you tell them you're at Benito Juarez and you're at Felipe Angeles, that's a 3-hour drive in between the two airports, and you are not going to be meeting your friends at the airport. When you're heading to the airport, when you're in Mexico City, make sure you tell the Uber or the taxi driver exactly which airport. If you just tell the taxi airport or put an airport in Uber, it's going to take you to Benito Juarez, when in reality, you might want to be 3 hours away in Felipe Angeles. So be really careful when you get into your taxi to tell them which airport you're going to. No matter which airport you're in, look out for fake taxis. No taxi driver should ever approach you in the airport. If somebody approaches you for a ride, that's a fake taxi. There are taxi stands and Uber stands to go to. Do not just let some random person walk up to you and give you a ride. It happens all the time. No matter what, when you're catching a flight, whether it's at Benito Juarez or Felipe Angeles, take traffic into consideration. Traffic in Mexico City is no joke. It has taken me an hour to drive 4 miles before. Felipe Angeles could take you 4 hours to get to. Leave yourself some time. When you're flying into Benito Juarez, there is an Uber designated pickup spot. So if you don't want to take a taxi, you can use the Uber designated spot. Felipe Angeles, I don't think has that quite yet. Ubers will come up there to pick you up. They have no idea where to go. Our friend just waited an hour for the Uber to drive around the parking lot to find him. So do not think that you can just call an Uber from Felipe Angeles and they'll know exactly where you are. If you are booking multiple legs throughout Mexico on your own, do not assume you're flying in and out of the same airport. Flying from Cancun to Mexico City to Puerto Escondido, you might have booked a flight into Benito Juarez and out of Felipe Angeles. Make sure your layover is in the same airport or you are not making that layover. Again, if you're booking multi-legged trips on your own and it's cheaper to fly into Benito and out of Felipe, give yourself enough time to get between the airports. That could be a 3 to 4 hour drive. So if you're trying to save money, you probably just wasted that money getting between those airports. Lastly, if you're flying out of Felipe Angeles, you have to remember it's like 3 to 4 hours outside of the city. And if you have a 6 a.m. flight, that's going to be a pain in the ass to get to. Make sure you book a hotel room next to the airport. That way you only have a 15-20 minute drive as opposed to a 4-hour drive at 3 in the morning.